Happy Monday, May the 3rd. May the 4th be with you, Eve.
It is, isn't it?
Happy Monday. We're back to back now, 2 weeks in a row. We're on a roll.
Yes.
Back in the studio.
Non-stop. We're continuing the stride.
I like your attire tonight, Jesse. I like the hat.
Yes.
You got the
producer garb.
It's the studio. It's the studio. We're getting down and dirty now.
Yeah, I know. We had a busy day here.
So
7 o'clock.
Of course, it's been a while since I've worn this one. Actually, it has been
a
year.
Yeah, I think so.
It has been a year. So
those are usually reserved for the cruises.
Yes, but it's good to have the coat back on again. Good to be back in the studio, 2 weeks in a row, and next week. It's a trend. It's three in a row because we have a big week coming up next week. We're going to have a show focused on real estate, and it's going to be targeted towards the growing for sale by owners. And some of them may be first time for sale by owners, sellers and buyers, but it's going to be targeted towards for sale by owners. We're going to have an expert guest on the show with us. And we're going to talk about that, the blunders, the do's and don'ts, and all of the daunting tasks that come into being a home buyer, doing it yourself, or a home seller doing it yourself for sale by owner. So I look forward to that show next week. After that, we're gonna have a week off. Oh, and then we have some big news coming. After we come back from our week off.
That's right. Okay.
We're going to have another special guest.
Yay.
So let's talk about what's happening this week in Brevard because there's a lot happening. It's May the 4th tomorrow. Yeah. May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Yep. And then, of course, we're kicking off the month of May, which is always just jam-packed with things, right? Graduations. We've got craft shows.
Mom's Day.
Mom's Day coming up next weekend. So just a big, big week coming up. So
busy.
Cinco de Mayo, Wednesday, right? A lot to do. Cinco. I think Cinco parties are happening just about anywhere. It's not just made for Mexican restaurants anymore. It's everyone's
pretty much. Everybody's got their version.
Yeah,
right?
I know Aliencito is doing a Cinco de Mayo thing out there at Vieira. That's always a nice. They take the parking lot, they dress it up, they got live music. Fiesta Aztec over in Suntree, they're doing one.
Yeah, theirs is pretty popular.
Yeah. Now, how about in downtown Melbourne? I haven't looked to see if they have one down there.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
So that may be something that, we probably should have covered last week.
The Mexican place I think next to.
We should know about everything by now.
Yeah.
So if they haven't really mentioned it, I'm not sure if it's going on.
Okay. Yeah. But we'll find out. And we'll go ahead and post. We'll share. A lot of people always wait till the day before, the day of, to find out what's happening, where we're going.
And we could always do like a little bit of a revisit next time. This is what happened. The following day we went out, and this is what we discovered.
Yep. So Cinco de Mayo, we got Mother's Day coming up. Mother's Day weekend. Yep. People are always all about the moms and celebrating that. So that's a great weekend to celebrate.
And of course, the bookended on the other side is Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend.
I know.
The last.
Have you even thought about it?
It is the very last day in May this year. Did you know? Oh. It is the 31st.
Oh, how cool! That's and it's typically a 3-day weekend. So the grills come out. 4. Yeah, I know, right?
The Thursday, I think everybody starts thinking about. All right, it's Memorial Weekend.
Oh, you're already in that mode. You might as well
weekend mode.
Yeah, you might as well
the
call
boating. Speaking of boating, I've seen many people, friends around here, out in their boats enjoying the waterways, the weather. It's a great place to live.
Awesome place to live. And a great place to boat and fish and bar hop. I mean, you could do it all up here.
I have a friend client that actually called me today and said, I want to buy an island.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's go look at islands and let's see what we can get. Have your own. Wouldn't that be cool? Have your own private island.
Yeah. And I only see them come up once in a while down in the Keys. And of course, you got to qualify. Well, do you have boating access? Where's the closest marina to go ahead and store your store the land-based vehicles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where does that look like? So you leave your island and then you go how far to get to your vehicle? Like where is that parked? Right. Because I'm sure these islands are probably very, 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 very far from, most civilization, and so. But
that's
you've got to have those logistics down.
So we've got some fun things we're gonna do today for the show. We're gonna talk about we're gonna do kind of like some. Did you know? Right today is
fun.
Did you know? These are some brain facts.
Fun. Okay.
Not brain farts, brain facts.
Yes, very big difference.
So I've got some neat things pulled up here about that. And we're going to talk a little bit about Star Wars, too. I've got some Did you know about Star Wars? Some fun facts about Star Wars that you might not know. So I know we have some Star Wars fans listening out there watching. So we're gonna get into that, too. So let's pull up our fun facts about our brains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's a reason why that song is a favorite song. They always say, music kind of is a reference point at some point in our life or our day. It gets us in moods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Happy songs. If it's a good song, it connects with you.
Right.
You kind of, your endorphins, everything just kind of, you feel better, right? So it's not just about the lyrics or the tune. And this is from Mashable. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, this is from Facts. This is from the Facts website. It's called Facts. Our Star Wars stuff is from Mashable. Gotcha. Anyways, there's usually an emotional reference tied to a song in our life. If we know the song, we know it's got history with us. Mm-hmm. There's usually some facts and some emotions tied to it. So that's a cool one. People between the ages of 18 and 33, believe it or not, carry the most stress in the world.
18 to 33?
Yeah.
What are they stressed about?
Right? I mean...
they're doing it wrong, folks. They're doing it wrong. Come on.
So it tends to reduce after the age of 33. Okay. Maybe they're trying to get their lives figured out. By the age of 33, they have a good career. Maybe they got a house. Maybe they have a family now.
Or they're just more rational. They grow, to an age where not everything affects you so much, like as at a personal level. And you kind of mature in your ways, and you pick and choose your battles. I think. I mean, that's what I discovered as I matured.
Right.
I decided not to take everything, just 100% personally. Like I didn't get upset. When I lost a job, I didn't let it affect me as much. Right. And you just learn. You just learn that there's real things to be worried about, and there's things that. It really doesn't need your attention at all.
No. How about this one? Sarcasm is a sign of a healthy brain.
Good, because I'm hella sarcastic.
People who could instantly use sarcasm in response to a trivial question have healthy minds. Moreover, those who could understand cynicism well are also good at reading people's minds. So that's a pretty, if you got quick comebacks, that means you're witty.
Right.
Your brain is always
you're not on your heels, you're on your toes.
Yeah,
and there's a big difference.
Absolutely. So that's a pretty cool one.
Right.
Everything your mind says has an equivalent reaction from the cells in your body.
What?
So it is a reason why amounts of negativity eventually take a toll on your immune system and run you down and make you feel sick.
Yeah.
So this is from facts.net, the facts.net website. Okay. So listen to this. Mm-hmm. A single negative thing could only be outweighed by at least 5 positive things. So to have balance, and your brain remembers bad over good naturally. So an effect of this is called the negativity bias. Oh, okay. Again, I'm not trying to be, be a doctor here.
Right.
But this is something from facts.net. Mm-hmm. And they always say a positive anything is always better than a negative nothing. So, it takes 5 positive things to outweigh 1 negative thing. That's why it's always, they say misery loves company.
Gotta stay positive, guys.
If you're negative half the time, then guess what? You're probably stressing. You're probably run down. You're probably not feeling as good as you should. So 5-to-1 ratio. So think about that.
And that actually makes a lot of sense because, you do have a poor diet you know, and between your 18 and 33, you're either skipping meals, eating ramen, or some other malnourished you know, meal, or fast food, or something of the other. So
exactly,
you know.
Speaking of food, food made by someone else tastes better than your own cooking.
Fact.
Despite having the same recipe. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So I always loved my mom's pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
I tried making the same recipe, the Aunt Jemima, the mix, and it just tasted better when she made them.
They were always fluffy. How'd they do that?
I don't know.
You know, my dad had a secret. He would get it nice in that golden brown. Yeah. Just enough, and a little bit of butter in the pan, just to make that little texture, that little crunch. So when you, and then it was, of course, just soft and steamy. You know,
You know what I always try to master is, you know, the first flip on a pancake, that browned side always looks better than when you, after the second flip, like the other side never looks as good as the first side. Right. Why is that? I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess being on the spot.
Some sort of physics, pancake physics. Well, I think
griddle. Because when you're pouring it on a hot griddle, it creates that form. Whereas the top batter that's still kind of cool, by the time you flip that over, it's already kind of getting a little firm, and you're also putting it on a cold surface now because that pancake was on the same spot.
The grease, the butter that was there got sucked up by that first initial, right, the bottom. Yeah. And now when you flip it, it's no longer there. So maybe we need to like hold it before we flip it, re-butter it. Yeah. And then flip it and try that.
That may be the secret. We don't know. Yeah.
There might be something to that.
We may have the pancake challenge. Who wants to eat some pancakes?
Now I'm in the mood for pancakes.
with Aunt Jemima, by the way, and lots of butter.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, with that said, those are some fun brain facts.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I can, you know, it's so funny to know. I mean, in this case, you know, how negativity like is really, you know, affecting us. Right. I mean, and for it to affect other cells. And I totally get that because it does, because we're all connected. Right. I mean, not just as humanity, as you know, me to you to everybody else. Right. But also, you know, molecularly, you know, at the cellular level, you know, it's one big team, you know, and they all work together. So a signal that travels, especially as fast as our nervous, you know, tissue and that synapse. I mean, it's immediate.
There was another one too that I read that I saw that I didn't read, but the dressing, you know, dressing to mood. So if you're not feeling, you know, the mood to dress up or whatever, or dress to the level of your, you know, excitement, you know, that makes sense. It could bring your mood down, or your mood can bring you up, and you might dress, you know, like, oh, I'm in the mood for this today, this color. Or,
you know, it's funny. I put on a jacket just like you put on a jacket, and I feel like it does something for my mood. Yeah. You know, I could have like a polo shirt on all day, and as soon as I put on a jacket, I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to like network or sell, or have a conversation,
dress for success,
build a relationship. You know, it does that. And sometimes I feel like I'm not prepared mentally for, you know, business, you know, so I'll take the jacket off because I don't want to be seen as someone who's approachable to talk, you know, some heavy stuff. So even like a little wardrobe change,
a little bit,
huge way.
Hey, and when I want to go to the beach, I dress for the beach. I get excited about certain t-shirts and tank tops.
Here's a little something about me. If I'm feeling like kind of like down in the dumps, I won't shave.
Yeah.
So like this weekend, I had a very busy weekend for those that don't know, and Stephen of course knows, but I just ignored the beard. I mean, I'm just so involved. Like I don't even look about my hair is long, you know.
Sometimes it's good to just no shave it, you know, for a few days, a week or whatever. Just
give your skin a break.
Absolutely.
Just once it gets to the itchies, and you all know what the itchies.
Yeah. I like to have at least one day a week where I actually don't shave intentionally, just to give my pores a chance to kind of close up and, you know,
heal. Yeah. I get that.
So we have a comment out here. Wait for bubbles. All right, I think that was in reference to a pancake flip.
Oh, wait for the bubbles. Yeah. Ashley with the tip. Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
All right, she's joining us as one of the celebrity chefs for our pancake.
I would actually like to have a live pancake cooking event right here. I'll bring my griddle. Okay. And we'll cook some pancakes.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see which pancakes come out the best. You do a batch, I'll do a batch.
Okay.
And I'll taste yours.
And maybe Ashley wants to join us. Yeah, well, that's perfect. We'll do a blind. So we won't know whose is who.
I like it.
We'll have it.
We'll do a taste test.
Yes, a blind taste test.
Put little toothpicks in, the ones that are mine, and yeah, that sounds good. Awesome. All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching, guys. Steve Talks 321 right here on Monday. We're talking about cooking now. Steve cooks 321.
Nothing is like off the table. Like
no,
this is a potpourri. But yeah, May 4th Eve.
May 4th Eve.
You have anything planned for tomorrow?
So I actually have some appointments tomorrow, real estate appointments, but I don't have any plans tomorrow night other than some work in the evening. But that should be finished up. You never know. I might just show up somewhere.
I would love a themed.
I might just show up somewhere with my jacket.
And you should.
Yeah.
Because this is the only time you get away with it and have people actually like, recognize like, that's right.
Yeah.
So we're without having to go to where is it, Disney Springs for the Star Wars attraction.
Right.
No, it's not Disney Springs. It's
Hollywood.
It's a
Hollywood Studios.
Is it Hollywood Studios?
Yeah.
I thought it was a Disney.
No, the Star Wars theme park.
Yeah,
that's at Hollywood Studios.
And that's a Disney park.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. So without going all the way there, and because they have an actual cantina there, with all those like themed drinks. I wish those someone bartender hint could do like a theme drink night just have some fun like a Yoda green drink or something and. Or Darth Vader.
I think I'm going to actually come up with a drink for May the 4th.
Oh, okay.
May the 4th be with you, and I'm gonna come up with it for tomorrow night, and I'm gonna probably show up somewhere and say, "This is my May the 4th be with you drink, my cocktail."
Can I offer something?
Yeah.
The fruit skewers, the little swords.
Yes.
Now, hear me out. We have to find like a cone or something form, and then you just put like some bright Kool-Aid or something.
Nice.
Put the sword in there,
yes,
and it'll freeze like a little lightsaber, like like really really bright, like some.
I like that.
Some bright Kool-Aid or Gatorade or something.
Great idea.
Or some mix, and then you could stir it in your martini as part of the garnish.
Maybe we can invent or buy
because that would that would make it.
The plastic cubes.
Yes.
That you freeze.
Yes.
Maybe they have molds for those.
That's what I'm saying. If you just get a skinny mold.
Yeah.
I mean, and then that could be part of the recipe. Like, let's just say you get like a quarter ounce of product or just a little garnish for the rim, and you just like, hold on, it's not finished yet. Like, you must use a lightsaber on the rim. Man, we could go on and on with that.
Oh yeah.
I love themes, as you could tell.
You guys got any ideas for anything out there?
Yes.
Shoot them. Yeah. Send us a comment.
You must have some. You must have some.
We love ideas. We love guest ideas. I've got a few guests in the coming weeks here that are going to be joining us. But if you have an idea for a show, definitely let me know. And they also have the Space Coast on location.
Right. So we're going to be back in mobile again. We're gearing up for that.
Yeah. So this Thursday we'll be on location. We're going to announce that tomorrow. Very cool. Looking forward to being back out on location again. There's so many, like speaking of on location, the Hotel Melby, the rooftop, was there twice in the last week. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love that
place. We caught the supermoon last week after last week's show. Was it last week's show or the week before?
It was last week.
And that supermoon was brilliant. Your photos got shared. I mean, people loved the Hilton from
Grenada.
Oh, nice.
Grenada Hilton saw that because I posted it on the main Hilton site as well, and they shared it. And Hotel Melby shared it a couple times, commented. So, yeah, I mean, anytime I get a chance to go out there and promote, either something new or a local place, absolutely, that's what it's all about. So if you guys are out there, you got an idea you want us to visit, let me know. We'll come out, Space Coast on location. We'll do a live stream. We'll do a little mini show there. So let us know. But moving on, speaking more of May the 4th be with you, we're gonna reference some Star Wars facts that you did not know or may not have known. Pretty neat stuff, actually, even stuff I didn't know. So I was looking at some stuff today. So Yoda was almost played by a monkey.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a monkey or like a chimpanzee or a gorilla?
Well, it says, according to the book, The Making of Star Wars, George Lucas originally planned for Yoda to be played by an adorable monkey wearing a mask and carrying a cane. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing that didn't stick around.
Yeah.
That would have changed everything.
So you Star Wars fanatics out there, listen to some of this. Ewok was never spoken in the original trilogy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The word Ewok is never uttered by a character in the original trilogy. Yeah. I did not know that. How about Boba Fett? Boba Fett's face is actually visible in the original movies.
Oh.
Wow. You may never think you've seen or see Boba Fett's face in an original trilogy, but the actor who played Fett, Jeremy Bulloch, did stand in for an Imperial officer at the last minute.
How funny.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, keep them going.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Return of the Jedi almost had a very different ending. Yep. This one is actually pretty shocking. Yeah. In the story development session, the Return of the Jedi, George Lucas toyed with the idea. Now, he toyed with it. It wasn't
right.
They didn't film it. Toyed with the idea that after Luke removes dying Vader's helmet, he puts it on, proclaims, "Now I am Vader," and turns to the dark side.
Then we would have no trilogy then. If that was the finale, I'm the Vader now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
How about this one? Chewbacca, one of my favorite characters. Yes. I love him. Chewie. His voice is an eclectic mix of other animals. Can you guess what animals? What mix of animals he uses?
Well, he's got like a growl.
Right?
That's like a bear or something?
Yeah. So bears, walruses, lions, and badgers, and other dying animals. Yeah.
So many imitations of that. But yeah, the dying part, I go.
All right, moving on to the next one, Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, God, what a grotesque. I mean, I was so scared I saw that kid. So I saw Return of the Jedi because I was born in 1977 with the original.
Yeah.
So the first one I saw was Empire Strikes Back with the Ewoks, and I fell in love. I was probably 3 or 4 at the time. Needed a Ewok. Ewoks was my favorite thing, and the little speeder bikes.
Yeah,
had that one.
Those are cool.
Oh, so dope.
Yeah. So Jabba the Hutt was originally meant to be furry, not all slimy and gross like he is.
There would, like I said, it has to be slimy and gross.
Yeah,
that guy is so grotesque. And in Spaceballs, if he wasn't slimy, then the joke of Pizza the Hut wouldn't have had any legs. We'd be like, but the original wasn't slimy and cheesy and greasy.
Right.
Oh, man.
How about this one? Harrison Ford almost wasn't Han Solo.
I have heard that.
Guess who was going to be Han Solo? Which actor?
Who? Jeff Goldblum. Okay.
All right, here's the main one. Burt Reynolds was among the top contenders to play Han Solo.
I did hear that, yeah.
Along with Al Pacino.
Wow.
And Jack Nicholson and Christopher Walken.
No.
Those were the
neither of them. No.
alternatives.
Wow.
Burt Reynolds even was a little kind of surprising. So
I mean, he get that outlaw touch, but knowing what he did with Cannonball Run and stuff, he's better off in a Firebird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Han Solo almost died at the end of Jedi. So the original Gary Kurtz, the original producer of the Return of the Jedi, said that in the early story outline, Han Solo dies and the rebel forces are left in tatters, with Luke disappearing into the wilderness. But George Lucas thought of killing off a main character would hurt toy sales. What? So he changed the ending to a big Ewok party.
And that Ewok party
that was a success.
Obi-Wan, Yoda, they all came back.
Yeah. So so there you have it. There's some fun facts about, some alternatives to Star Wars.
Right.
And that's all I have for Star Wars.
I love it. I love that. Yeah.
We got a crowd out here tonight watching us, so thanks for joining. And, thinking about the rest of the week, we've got, Cinco de Mayo, we've got Mother's Day coming up, and then following that, we've got graduations. It's already taken place here in the month of May. Graduations. I want to give a shout out. I just found this out earlier this afternoon, that Trey Nixon from the Vieira High School, from the Vieira Hawks,
yes,
who went on to play at Ole Miss and UCF in college, was drafted by the New England Patriots this weekend.
Wow.
First NFL player, drafted player to the NFL from Viera, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So
history is made.
Trey Nixon, he's a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's a great player. He's lightning fast.
Yeah,
I think he's going to do well. He's already done well.
Well, we're rooting for him.
Yeah.
So
congratulations, Trey Nixon.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I have here coming up. We've got next week's show Monday, right here in the studio at 7 p.m. We're going to talk about for sale by owners in the real estate market. For sale by owners, sellers and buyers trying to go alone. Go it alone. The show that you want to watch is this show, and we're going to be taking your comments and your questions. I'll answer live right on the air.
Love that.
And we'll talk about some of the things that can go wrong in a bad way by trying to do this on your own.
Yeah. And between you and Steven with Embrace Home Loans, you guys have seen enough. I've seen enough. But between you, both of you, I'm sure you guys have some pretty bad stories.
Yeah, pretty good stories too.
Right.
Success stories that could have ended in a bad way.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, sometimes saving the deal and getting it from burning to the ground. So that's always important.
Yeah, and I have a little clip that you're gonna show on the air before
you bring it all
before the share. Yeah. Before the show, it's about a 50-second clip.
Okay.
The things that are involved in a real estate transaction,
right.
and it's a pretty eye-opening video.
Edutainment.
Yeah, edutainment. So, but thanks for watching, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up a little early tonight. Steve Talks 321 here live on Space Coast Podcast, Space Coast Podcast Studio, home of the best podcasts.
Yes.
And we're going to be back Monday, 7 p.m. So you guys have a great rest of the week. Happy Cinco. Happy May 4th tomorrow. Happy Cinco. And we'll see you next week. Take care.